Hi, I'm PJ. I'm a captain from Miami. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going lobstering. It is mini season here in Miami and Florida. It's a 2-day lobster event where non-commercial people, recreational fishermen come out and go get lobster. It is currently Wednesday. There is a lot of boats out here, a lot of googans, including this guy.
Must be a sale going on today.
I've never seen it so packed. It's a big deal here in Miami, usually for mini season. But we're gonna go out, we're gonna give it hell. We got the boat loaded up with all kinds of dive gear. Visibility is really good today. So we're gonna make it happen. We gotta dodge a bunch of bullets, whatever it takes, we're gonna do it. Stay tuned. First lobster of the season. I forgot to start recording and I got very excited. But I got him and I started recording for you guys. What you're about to see me do, I'm gonna put it in slow motion for you, is measure it. So what you want to do is you measure in between the eyes where the shell starts all the way to where their head ends. It has to be 3 inches. So that gauge is 3 inches. You see there where it ends? How it doesn't go over the shell. If it goes over the shell, it's too small. So that's a legal one right there. It's over 3 inches. Right to the back he goes. That's dinner. Out you got one. This spot was loaded. We got our limit pretty quick here. So where we were, we're south of Key Biscayne, and south of Key Biscayne, our limit is 6 per person. Yeah, I missed that one. Thought I had the loop over his tail. This thing that I'm using is a homemade lobster snare. It's basically just a fishing line or weed eater line, like from Home Depot, like for a weed eater. And you crimp it. You drill a little hole through a tickle stick. What's technically called a tickle stick. But you drill a little hole and then you make a little snare out of it. And what you're supposed to do is you put the loop right over the lobster's tail. Oh, this one was giving me issues. This guy really didn't want to get caught. Anyway, you put the loop over the tail. Sometimes you can't because it's tough. They're like trapped in rocks and stuff. Put the loop over the tail and you pull, and then you put your hand on the line, and then try to get tight with the lobster. Put it in your hand. This one was giving me an issue. I was struggling here. He was wedged in a rock, but he seemed like a good sized one, so I didn't want to let him. Didn't want to let him go. I wanted to catch him, you know. So I'm there fiddling with this thing, trying to finesse him out of there. Lobsters are tough, but they're not like super tough. Like you can't yank on the tail. If the head is like wedged on a rock, you'll rip off the tail. So you gotta like kind of wiggle them out by the head, because that's the biggest part of their body. There he is. I always give a rough measurement. You can kind of tell once you start doing it for a while. Oh, this gauge is a 1/16 of an inch off, so it's 3 inches and 1/16 instead of being just 3 inches. So that's why I put him in the bag. He's technically legal. We measure him again on the boat with like an actual real gauge, a more accurate one. So I wasn't too worried about it. I knew he was legal. Some are like super short, you could tell, and you just set them free again. They're too short. When you're underwater, sometimes it makes things look bigger. See here, this rock has a few of them. I always like to go for the biggest one first, just because, you know, if the other ones get away, it's not gonna break your heart missing a big one. See, I thought I had it over the tail again, but I guess I didn't. See, put the hand on the line. You can grab them by the bottom of the antennas, like the base of the antennas. If you grab them by the top of the antennas, I'll show you as the video goes on, the antennas just break. They break off in your hand and the lobster gets away without his antennas. They grow back. Once they molt again, they'll grow back their antennas and their limbs and all that stuff. They don't grow a tail back, unfortunately. That'd be great, huh? Just rip the tails off of every lobster and put them back and they regenerate a tail. That'd be super sick. This rock had a bunch of them. This whole reef, man, really was packed with them. It's kind of a challenge to get them. Oh, I remember this clip. Sometimes this happens. You go pull and you're supposed to get it, like, obviously you put the snare over the tail and then the head is bigger than the tail, so it kind of catches the head. But if you put the snare like on his tail and you pull toward his back, they just slide off the tail. So you're not supposed to do that, which is what I just did. But you'll catch me in this video doing a bunch of stuff that I'm not supposed to be doing, or making mistakes or whatever. Nobody's perfect. I'm not an expert lobster master, diver, whatever. I'm just PJ. We did slay it this day, though. Sometimes, look, if you look at what Audi's doing, sometimes you could tickle them out of the hole, and they'll walk around like this. It makes it easier to get them sometimes, but sometimes they get away like that. See, he's fiddling with his snare. He's having a little bit of trouble there. He's a Googan. I'm a Googan too. We're all Googans. These lobsters have a pretty powerful kick to them. Sometimes they'll slip right out of your hand if you don't grab them right. I kind of wish it was like the Bahamas where you could, and look, you see that one was legal. The gauge went over under the head. I kind of wish it was like the Bahamas where you could pierce the shell, but people in the US don't know how to handle that. Because there's a trick you could do to, you know, to dispatch them. You pierce them in the chest and they die like instantly. That would be nice if we could do that here, but we're not. Americans can't handle that. They'll be killing short ones and all kinds of stuff. Give him a measure. I think this guy's small from what oh no, he's good. Into the bag he goes. He can go hang out with his friends in there. Believe it or not, I'm not a humongous fan of eating lobsters, but my friends and family are, so I usually just give them away. Or use them for trade. You know, like trade them for a haircut or something. I don't know why he gave me that. Oh, I guess to measure it? Yeah, it looks kind of small in my hand there. Yeah, tiny guy. So we're diving with a dive compressor. Let's go. So it has these lines. It compresses air and it pumps compressed air into those regulators, and we're able to breathe underwater without a scuba tank. It's actually my first time using it. Like, not my first time using it, but like my first time like operating one. You know, like starting it and getting all the systems going. And let me tell you, it's pretty freaking convenient.
Yo, how many you got? You have 6 already? 7. You have 7? All right, let's go.
We limited out, I think. There's a little trick if you don't want people seeing you throw lobsters on board. Trying to hide your spot a little bit. Just keep them in the water until you're ready, until the people are gone. Pulling up here on a new spot. This spot is north of Key Biscayne, so we're allowed 12 per person here. We actually picked up a couple of friends. They didn't want to be on camera, so we're not gonna show them, but we're actually allowed to have a few more lobster. So we went ham on this spot because there was a bunch and they were everywhere. The spot was loaded. Look at that. That's like lobster heaven right there. Go up on this guy. So you want to put the loop right over the tail. Right? There you go. Right over the head and yank it. That was textbook right there. And you want to grab the line. Actually, you should still have the line on it, but whatever. Grab the... Yeah, he's huge, so I didn't have to measure that one. You want to grab the line and like grab the actual like run your hand down the line to grab the actual lobster. Look at this guy looking at me. He's like, I want to get caught next. I want to go in the bag. I want to go in the bag with my friends. Like that. That's how you do it. Give him a little measure just for good measure. Always make sure they don't have eggs. You don't want to keep a egg-bearing female. So the way you tell if they have eggs is under the tail. If they have like a bunch of orange stuff on it, like hanging, those are the eggs. You could look it up online. Lobster-bearing egg-bearing female lobster. It'll pop up. So look at that. We hadn't even gotten to the end yet. Freaking loaded. Count how many. See if you can count how many lobsters are there. I'll tell you, it's a lot. A lot of shorts though. There's a lot of small ones there. You gotta pick through all the small ones to get the big ones. Hey, this guy is a good size. Nice. See, you always want that line to get like base of the tail at the end of the head. No need to measure this guy. He's good. He's big. Little mangrove snapper swimming in there. That was pretty cool. Look at this guy. He's looking at me. Sometimes they're so packed that you can't get the noose over the snare over their tail, and that becomes a challenge all in itself. You don't want to go crazy and start grabbing them and stuff like that with your hands, because you'll spook the other ones. They'll just leave. Further on and oh, what the heck just happened? Was he small or did I mess up? I guess I must have messed up. Yeah, oh, he didn't want to get caught. Huck scrubbed, buddy. You see how they're getting a little nervous now and they're all starting to move? That's exactly what you don't want to happen. So, I mean, it's gonna happen regardless, especially when there's so many like that. They start seeing their friends get picked off and they get nervous and they walk away. Yeah, he's good. Right to the bag. Yeah, this spot's loaded. This is what you dream about when you go lobstering. This is what you want. Textbook. Look at that. Get them right in the tail. Measure them up. It's good. Count them. Make sure you're not over. He's working the other side of this. Look at that one. That one's nice. Do I get that one? A little hogfish. That's pretty cool. That was good. Yeah, always go for the biggest ones first. So I guess he looked bigger. Straight to the bag. That's a big one. Big for the U.S. because I know people are like, oh, I get them bigger in the Bahamas. They're huge there, which they are. But you know, we don't really go over there as often as we want. You know. But yeah, we limited out on this spot pretty quick. I would say, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes. I might not even show all this. Yeah, I guess it'll probably get kind of boring if it's just lobster after one after the other. I'm actually going to cut this clip, and we're going to switch to another clip toward the end of this trip here. Alright, so this clip is pretty interesting. I wrapped it up on the other area. And I swam over to this. I found this, and it's freaking loaded, man. They're just they're everywhere. And this clip is interesting because we're far apart now, me and Audi, and there's only 40 feet of hose between us, and he's not here yet. He doesn't even know this is there yet. And I get to the end of my hose, right? And these guys are crawling away, and there's some big ones in there. These guys are crawling away, and I'm at the end of my hose. And I'm tugging on it, trying to get to come closer. And he's tugging back. I feel him tugging. And I'm like, crap, what do I do? So I took one giant breath. And screw it, man. I'm going to go get the lobster. I'm going to do it off of my breath. They're all walking away. Look at that. Screw you, Audi. I hope you're watching this. Go to get this guy, and boom, it breaks. Now this guy's got a Gucci belt. Stupid snare. Broke. And I'm out of breath. I gotta go back up to the surface. Hey, with a little help from a couple of friends, we got a 4-man limit. What's that looking like? Let me get out of the sun so they can see it. Oh, that's a nice little pile. That's a nice one, dude. That's a really nice one. Put it in the sun so everyone can see it. Yeah, man, that's a good one, dude.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's nice.
Got a couple nice ones.
A little help from a couple of friends. We made it happen.
Until next time.
Until next time, tomorrow.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right, day 2. We got Mr. Local here. Celebrity guest. Celebrity guest.
Somebody decided to make an appearance.
Slicked out.
Bro, this slicked out today. It's more slicked out.
Beautiful, bro. Beautiful.
Slicked out. It's gonna be a good day. Look at all these googans.
It'll be a good day today, boys.
Oh my God, look, this guy's working on his motor. Pobrecito.
Yep.
Sucks to be him. Nah, he probably has water in the fuel.
Agüita.
Agüita. Well, day 2. Lobster mini season. Let's see what happens.
As you could imagine, we ended up in the same spot from the second spot we went to. Only we were in a different area. Found like a tubular looking thing. And it was packed, bro. Look at that. Got a new snare. It's not a new one, it's just a different one. There's a big one. There's a big one in there. I think this is the biggest one of the trip right here. Didn't even get the snare around him, dude. I just grabbed him. Look at that thing. The thing's a monster. I couldn't even get him with my hand in there. Oh my god, that thing was massive, dude. The rest were, I don't remember, were they small? I don't remember if I pulled any more off of this. They all look small next to that guy, huh? What am I doing here? Trying to get him out. Grab him by the tail. That was classic technique right there. Classic. I think this guy's small. So this guy's small, so I slowed it down so you could see how the gauge goes over. Even though that gauge is a 1/16 of an inch off, I don't want lobsters that small on, I guess, the second day or whatever. So I just let him go. There he goes. Oh, and his shell was soft, so he had just molted, and when they molt, their shell gets really soft. So I mean, he was small, he was soft, just let him go. How'd he still working the pipe? I think I move on to bigger, better things. And you'll see here in a minute, just off this pipe. Oh, I found a little shucking knife. I thought that was pretty cool, I kept that. I had a little more extra lead on my weight belt on this day. The day before I was getting used to the brownie and I hadn't dialed in my weights. And I was like vertical and sideways the whole time. I'm a little more laid out now. Yeah, he's telling us to move. He wants to go that way, I want to go this way. We're just all over the place, man. We don't know what the hell's going on. Let's see where we end up going. I guess we went that way. We ended up coming up on something pretty cool here. Oh, I found this guy just like free walking. It was early in the morning, so sometimes they'll do that. They're still crawling around from at night. They crawl at night. Like they'll leave that shelter, like wherever. They'll find shelter at night, but during the day. But at night they'll crawl around all over the bottom of the water and looking for food and stuff. During the day though, they like to be in shelter. This guy was giving me problems with his legs and stuff. Pulled up on this spot. This is a new one. I hadn't seen this before. Oh my god, I remember this. Alright, this is a little bit of a heartbreaker here. This lobster was pretty big. You'll see what happens here now in a minute. Just a careless mistake. I was trying to get out. Audi was looking at him too. I was trying to get him away from it. In hindsight, I probably should have let him get it. Thing was big, man. See, wouldn't let me get the snare around him. I had to kind of fiddle with him, and I just went in for the grab. He didn't like that. Nope. See, that's what happens when you grab the end of the antenna, they break. Now the water's all murked up. Hating my life right now. What's in there? Nothing. Great. Let's see if we can find this guy. Is that him? No, that's the one I broke. Poking around in there to see how deep the hole goes, and I think it went on like pretty much forever. I tried something that you're not really supposed to do. Stick your head in very small holes under the water. I got my flashlight because it was pretty dark down there. And murked up. He murked everything up. Stuck my head in there. I couldn't see anything. I kind of really didn't even stick my head in there. It didn't fit. I had to give up on that. I said I was going to go back, but I never did. Those angelfish there and stuff. Look at this one. This lobster here on the, like that little wedge of whatever that is. Next to always go for the bigger one first. Here I am fiddling with my stuff, all tangled up as always. I don't remember, do I get this guy? Little sea urchin there. There's a nurse shark. Nurse sharks eat lobsters, so if you see him, you'll see him in a lobster spot. I'm not gonna say to hurt them because that's wrong, but try to get them out of there. I didn't because I was on a mission. See, that's textbook right there. You slide your hand right down the line and grab them. That's how you want to do that. That's a good example of that. I wasn't playing any games after that last one. This guy doesn't need a measure, he's pretty big. I think that was it for this spot. Ended up finding the other spot. Wasn't as good as the day before. I think I might just fast forward all this because it's a 20-minute video of us just slaying the lobster. Anyway, let's see someone snorkel. But yeah, it wasn't as good as the day before. I guess it had been picked clean by someone else. Someone else knows about this spot. This guy is pretty big. That's a good size one right there. Ideal. That's what you want. You want them out in the open and not moving. Give him a little measure. Of course, he's freaking huge. I guess just to show you guys how to do it. Anyway, I'm thinking about fast forwarding all this or maybe cutting it out toward the end because it's just the same old stuff, man. It's just us picking lobsters off the bottom.
That's a wrap. Oh, check her out. Sun-baked. Nice. Hey, we gotta start cleaning these, man. This guy's still alive. Where you going, bud? Where you going, man? That's sick, bro. Woo! I'm gonna show you guys how to clean a lobster. Go like this. Where's a knife? Pass me one. Yeah. Cut the head. Stick the knife right in there. Slice her up. And there you have just the tail. Now, break off the antenna, right? And you go right in its lob bussy, and you shove the antenna right in there. Then get the de-pooper. So that's the poop. So now you have a nice clean tail here. This is the head with all the guts in it. Some people do, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna prep it just for you guys. This one's not even worth doing, but because this is a small one. But actually, you know what? Let me get a bigger one. This is guys going in the canal. Bye bye. Hey, this is a good one. This one's got big legs. Hey, this is a bigger one. Come over here. Cut. Nah, I don't like this knife. Give me straight edge. Go over here. Try not to cut your finger off. Stick it like right in there. Slice that. Alright. Grab the chest and rip it out. See all the gills and stuff. Some people break the knuckles. There's meat in there. I'm not a fan of it. Straight to the canal it goes. You get the gills. You scrape them off. Throw them away. Don't want to eat that. Get the legs. Put the knife right here. Give them a crunch. Got the legs. Take all these gills off. Nasty stuff. Alright, go over here. Same thing. Cut the legs right here. Give it a snap.
You're the man, bro.
Now you got all your legs.
You are the man, buddy.
Then, this little thing right here. Go over here. Cut him up. Get under that. So now you got the chest, the legs. This is garbage. And you got some lobster legs and chests.
Lobster legs.
There you go. There you have it. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Mini season over. I gotta go to work. Back to work we go. Hope you guys enjoyed.
It was fun and it was a pleasure, guys. See you next time.